Hi, I'm Brett.
Hi, I'm Deanna.
Welcome back to week 3 of Hard Lessons, a true crime and paranormal podcast.
Heck yeah. All right, let's get started.
Okay, so as y'all remember, last week we said we were going to start off each week with a Did You Know? And so teach this week, what is the difference between a burial ground, a cemetery, and a graveyard?
A burial ground almost sounds in my head like the definition of a cemetery, almost like the definition of a graveyard. Burial grounds was back in ancient times, maybe, because of Native Americans and some other things that I've heard on History Channel. By the way, History Channel is amazing.
Sponsor us.
Anyway, cemeteries is probably a United States American term. I don't know. And graveyard seems like it was the spooky, Sleepy Hollow British part of life.
Well,
I don't know.
you're very close. You're on target with the burial ground. It was usually back in the olden times, picture cowboys moving west and, oh my gosh, they got a cold and died. Just bury them.
Oh, okay.
Basically, it's a site where, and this is coming from dictionary.com, a site where once living specimens can be found, but not in an organized area.
Okay, so a burial ground is like a random place where you've buried people.
Somebody could be buried under our house.
Okay, so burial ground. I was way off.
But you hit it close when you said ancient times, and
Well, I was thinking more like, anyway.
Knights of the Round Table ancient times.
Well, no, because I didn't grow up learning that stuff. I grew up with, Quanah Parker stuff.
Right. A cemetery is defined as an area of land set aside for the purpose of burying the dead.
Okay, so a cemetery is like the legal land. You can only be dead if you're going to live there.
Basically.
Okay.
And then the graveyard, it is similar to a cemetery, but it is connected to a church. So there's a church.
I was close.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat.
You gave a heck of an effort.
I did. At least I attempted it. No excuses, man.
No excuses. You're wrong. No. Okay, so...
No soup for you.
No soup for you. Today, we are going to be discussing...
Conspiracy theories.
And Deanna has tried all week to guess what it is. My only hint to her was that it is about one man.
One man.
And it's about 6 or 7 different conspiracy theories that either involve him or his very, very, very successful business.
Okay.
So.
Didn't I guess the Howard Hughes dude?
You did.
I wasn't right, though.
You was not.
Okay. All right, let's have it.
You ready?
Title. Drum roll.
Walter Elias Disney was born...
Oh, poo, man!
December 5th, 1901, and passed away December 15th, 1966.
Wow, how old was he?
65.
Well, that seems kind of young.
It does. He was born in Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, interesting, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so, conspiracy theory number 1.
Okay, first of all, when did he start Disney?
Conspiracy theory number 1.
I'm sorry. I'm the kid in the back lane.
No one can die at a Disney park.
That's a conspiracy?
Now, this is kind of morbid starting off. But,
okay, I'm trying to wrap my brain how this is a conspiracy.
Well, that nobody can die there. That's a conspiracy. They don't have any life-giving energy. Don't, be thinking, well, if nobody can die there, I'm just going to run out and go. Because they don't have any life-giving energy.
Disney doesn't have any life-giving energy.
Disney staff must remove the deceased from the park before calling authorities.
Okay, but if they've already died there, it's kind of too late, and they've like.
They're not reported dead there. They're reported outside the park.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure once your heart stops, dude, you dead.
Yeah.
Okay, I will stop interrupting.
You go right ahead. But according to theory-busting website Snopes.com, Snopes, Snopes.com.
Are they credible?
Very.
According to the internet?
This is far from the truth. 3 people in the 1980s died on Disney property, and in 2018, a utility worker died at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort when the cart he was working on collapsed on top of him, pinning him to the ground.
So, who created this conspiracy to begin with?
Internet.
Internet? Even back whenever this started in the 60s or whatever?
Disney was future thinking, as we will see later in another conspiracy.
Like, I can't even wrap my fragile little brain around this right now.
Conspiracy theory number 2.
Okay.
Walt was secretly a Nazi.
Okay. Of course. I mean, why not? Let's lump him in with, oh my gosh, I just went blank. The Grapes of Wrath author. And all of them. Sinatra was also, all of them. Dean Martin, I mean, all of them was, but whatever. Anyway, sorry.
You're good. Part of this series dates back to
John Steinbeck. Sorry. Like, oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Part of this theory dates back to a now discredited book by author Mark Elliott entitled Walt Disney, Hollywood's Dark Prince. Modern animated comedies like Robot Chicken and Family Guy have even made jokes about this theory, saying that Walt was a Nazi spy, or Nazi.
Okay.
During World War II, however, Walt helped in the making of top secret training films for the U.S. military, so he would have to have a high-level security clearance.
I was going to say, they had to have, like, searched him out, made sure he didn't have no weird friends with different accents.
Now, I would like to bring up here, and this guy was far from Walt Disney.
Okay.
But I would like to bring up here the fact that John Wayne Gacy, who had already spent time in the 60s in prison in Idaho for sodomizing young men, sometime in the 70s, I believe it was either 77 or 78, was photographed with then Second Lady Rosalind Carter.
Yes.
After he had already, I mean, he wasn't being investigated yet for it, but he had already started his murder spree. So, anybody can slip through the cracks.
Okay, I'll give you, like, a 1/10 of a point for that one.
Yes.
We're talking Disney versus a freaking crazy man?
Who?
Two different genres.
Now, a German filmmaker by the name of, and I am not German, I can barely say Polska Kielbasa.
But
Probably,
you did it. Worcestershire.
I don't know that's German.
Well, it might as well be.
German filmmaker Leni Riefenstahl glorified Hitler, and she came to America.
Oh, it was a she?
She was a she. Came to America to promote her film on the Olympics, and also visited the Disney studios in 1938.
Oh my gosh.
Walt refused any help in promoting or showing her film, however.
Wait a minute,
He let her tour his studio, but when she asked for help for promoting and showing he was like, no.
Okay, well, the way you read that, it sounded like he anyway, I thought you meant that he was going to give her help. And I'm like, wait a second.
He refused.
Okay, he refused to help her whatsoever. Didn't want anything to do with her. See? Right there.
Now.
Unless that was in the front and then out the back, he was like, come on.
Right. So that theory was busted.
Busted because he made training videos.
He
for the
made
Army
training
and
videos,
whatever.
and that guy that wrote the book that I talked about, Hollywood's Dark Prince, he was discredited.
Oh.
So.
Okay, cool. Cool,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, there's, two good things.
Absolutely.
People just got to pick on other people to find faults, don't they?
They do. Honestly, it's rude.
Honestly.
Honestly, it's rude.
Look there, I got some. Never mind, go ahead.
All right. Conspiracy theory number 3.
Tres.
Remember back in 2012 when we went to Disney?
Yes.
What was one of your favorite rides? I know what your favorite ride was, but what was one of your favorite rides?
The teacups.
That's one I was thinking of on your favorite. Okay, what was your second favorite?
Dumbo.
Third?
I only remember those 2. But the top thing that I got to do.
The teacups.
No, I got to see Steamboat Willie.
You got your picture of Steamboat Willie.
Yes,
You sure did.
And I think, that was Universal. I don't know what all we didn't. Okay, I don't know what we did.
What at Universal?
I thought Pirates was at Universal.
No.
No, it was at Disney. Oops, sorry. I should get my films straight.
You should.
Oh, well.
Okay, well, theory number 3.
Uh-oh.
Conspiracy theory number 3. The busts in the Haunted Mansion ride are modeled after Walt's face.
Now I want to go back and see.
I loved that ride. That was my favorite ride that we did. Was the Haunted Mansion.
I thought we just went into a house and they did all
No, it was like a log ride or a boat ride.
That was Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we went
Pirates
to a
might have
house.
been that also, but Haunted Mansion was too.
No, I think we went
We're
to a
going
house.
back.
I'm going to Google this.
Okay, Google
I'm
it.
Googling
But listen
this.
while you're Googling.
Okay, I will try.
Okay. One of the most popular rides at all 3 Disney parks, Disneyland, Disney World, and Tokyo Disney, is the Haunted Mansion.
Sweet. I hope they update it.
They used old theater techniques and modern technology to summon ghoulish surprises all over the ride.
Okay.
Some of the most famous residents are a group of 5 armless singing busts. Remember those? Mm-hmm. There's 2 versions of this theory. First version is one of the busts is based on Walt. All of them, and the second theory is all of them are based on Walt. However, a quick search on Disney parks and the identification of the actors and the singers shows you that they are Vern Rowe, Thurl Ravenscroft, Chuck Schrader, Jay Meyer, and Bob Ebrat.
Okay, who did they think these busts were?
Walt.
Oh, they thought they were all Walt.
2 versions of the series. Either one of them is Walt or all of them are Walt.
Okay.
Yeah, so. But
Why
it's
are
busted.
these even conspiracy theories? I don't understand.
You're going to have to ask the people that wrote the articles I read. I don't know. It's just conspiracy theories that's going around.
Maybe I don't have the right definition of a conspiracy theory. That could be it. Okay.
Well, and typically you think of conspiracy theory, you think of aliens, you think of the U.S. government assassinating JFK, you think, well, we didn't really land on the moon. For our first time, I wanted to do something a little light and fun.
COVID.
For our first one, I
Anyway.
wanted to do something a little light and fun.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I have to interrupt you.
Okay.
I won. The Haunted Mansion ride is an indoor dark ride in a haunted house.
that you ride a boat through.
An elevator will take you up to the haunted mansion where you board a dune buggy.
Yeah.
So it wasn't on a river. It wasn't in a log raft, road, or boat, whatever it is.
Okay.
Okay.
I succeeded to that.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, I don't remember walking that whole thing. It was in the buggy. Okay.
Yeah, it was in the buggy. Yeah.
See, guys, we can't admit when we're wrong. It doesn't hurt a thing. I'm still breathing.
That's right. Because in a minute, I'll have to admit I was wrong.
All right. Conspiracy number 4.
4. Okay.
Disney World.
Okay.
So that's in Florida, right?
No.
No, it's in California?
No.
No.
It's in Florida.
Okay, who was right then?
You.
We've been to the land, but I still can't remember which one's which.
Okay.
Okay, so
Disney World in Florida.
Disney World
Okay.
is covered by a giant, invisible protective dome
Like the whole Disney park?
to keep out bad weather and bugs.
You know, I actually heard this like when I was little.
Yeah?
You know, not when I was little because, didn't grow up with all that stuff. Anyway.
Back younger.
Younger, yes. That there was an invisible
Dome.
thing over it so people from other countries wouldn't come over and steal ideas and things.
Huh. Well, they're now saying it's to keep out bad weather and bugs.
Okay, wouldn't one of those hurricanes they had not too long ago discredit this conspiracy theory?
Well, let's read on.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm jumping the gun a lot, aren't I?
You go right ahead. Jump away. Large number of people persist that there is a huge invisible dome to keep out bad weather and insects. This theory is easily busted, though, by the numerous travel blogs that you can get on and read that tell you when is the best time to travel there as far as weather goes. And I'm sorry for hearing the paper change on my notes. I'm not technology savvy and have it all on a laptop and stuff. I'm old school.
I like it on paper.
Thank you. So yeah, they tell you the best time to travel there to avoid the rain. Also, Disney has several backup plans, including a rainy day parade. You just get out there. I mean, I've never been to Florida, but I imagine it's hot there. So if it does rain, you're going to be out there wanting to enjoy the cool
Well, yeah.
of it. Where did this myth get started, you may ask?
Definitely.
Possibly from a project for a climate-controlled dome that was planned for Disney World. It was being called the Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow, or
Epcot.
Epcot.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like, that's just an indoor air-conditioned building.
However, they nixed the idea before construction even began.
Why?
It didn't say. And you know me and my research, I didn't think to look it up. I'll make a note to look it up for next week.
Okay, is that going to be the Did You Know?
Maybe.
Because,
well, no, because now you know it.
How long later did it actually get started?
Epcot?
Because it's there, yeah.
After
they realized...
This part where it talked about it was like late 70s, early 80s. So.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, we had an air conditioner then.
Yes, but apparently they decided not to go ahead and go with Epcot then. And
Okay,
decided to put it off till later.
Like,
Look it up.
I'm about to, man.
You want me to go on or wait?
Nope, go ahead.
Okay. You're going to like this one. This one's kind of fun. It's short, but it's fun.
Okay.
Walt left money in his will for the first pregnant man.
What was wrong with that man? Like,
I wish.
what?
You know, quick side note.
Oh, yes. Quick side note.
Quick side note. Back in 1989 at a family reunion.
They thought you were pregnant?
No.
Oh, dang.
I did have a cousin ask me, though, one time why a chicken had scratched my stomach, but that's a different story. Thanks, April. But at a family reunion, I was about a month away from graduating high school. And one of my amazing uncles asked me if I had thought about what I wanted to do for a living. And I said, no, sir, not really. I'm going to start college, but just get my basics, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And he said, you've got a great voice. You need to do, what's your favorite sport? Baseball. You need to do baseball on a radio broadcast. As I told some friends recently who was giving us some praises for the podcast.
Kudos.
Thank you, Jefferson and Jordan. When I listened to it, as I was editing the first episode, to me, I sound like Jeff Foxworthy and Reba McEntire had a love child.
Oh, no.
But
your voice is too deep for that.
So I don't know if Uncle Carol was being honest with me or saying, you've kind of got the face that needs to work in radio.
Well, like behind closed doors.
We can hear you, just don't want to see you.
Oh, man.
So, miss you, Uncle Carol, and love you. So anyway, back to this.
Yes.
What did you find about Epcot?
Okay, what year did you have down for that?
I didn't write it down because I'm me, but it was like late 70s, early 80s when they were talking about this.
Okay, so inspired by an unrealized concept of the same name developed by Walt Disney, the park opened on October 1st, 1982 as Epcot Center and was the second of 4 theme parks built at Walt Disney World. The park spans 305 acres, more than twice the size of Magic Kingdom.
Oh, wow.
Dude, it does not look that big.
Wow. Dropping some knowledge.
Yes, I am. I'm pretty sure I don't want to have to walk 305 acres just to see it, though.
At least you're air conditioned.
Hey, there you go.
All right. So, Disney left money in his will for the first pregnant
For
man.
the first freaking pregnant man.
Uh-huh.
He truly believed a man could get pregnant.
Well, did he? Or are we about to bust it?
Oh, I think we're about to bust it because I would have to say the man was insane to think
Well, you're on the right track.
a man.
Because this idea stems from the idea of him just being an old, rich, eccentric man. Crazy.
Okay, I got you. Now this one is making more sense now.
Yeah. Disney absolutely loved technology and entertainment, but never any interest in science, reproduction, or the study of it.
He was just all about entertainment.
Exactly. Why would he leave money for something he never even discussed with people close to him?
It's true.
Also, and I didn't look this up, but it'd be kind of cool to look up.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you don't have to right now.
Too late.
But his will is public record. So he left 45% to his wife.
45% of what? I want to know the
Everything.
total.
Everything. 45% to the Disney Foundation. And the remaining 10% was divided amongst family. Okay. So, you ready?
Yeah.
The next myth we're going to either bust or prove to be right is that even in death, Walt was always a businessman, and he left behind 5 years worth of management videos for his executives
On how to run his business.
on how to run five. So, like, he died in 66, so he had enough videos to last until 71.
I
And then after
wonder-
that, y'all just got to figure it out.
I wonder how far they've strayed from the original business plan. I know with times that change, you've got to change with those in order, to keep your $1 business going.
Right.
But that's interesting.
Fun fact. This is a on the spot. Did you know?
Okay.
And you cannot look this up.
Oh, okay, I'm not.
What was the last movie that Walt oversaw the production of?
Peter Pan. I have no idea.
The Jungle Book.
Oh, I never saw that one, but okay.
Yeah. That was,
Like the original version
Mm-hmm.
didn't like come out in the late 70s or something.
well, I'm assuming sometime in the 60s since
Oh,
he died in
yeah.
66. I'm going to step out on a limb on that one.
Just be more like 64, 65.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
You're going to
wow.
look that up now, aren't you?
Yes,
When
I
did
am.
Jungle Book come out? This one does, though, seem like it would...
67.
Oh, okay, so
So-
it just wrapped. Because he died at the end of 66, in December of 66, so...
Okay.
So,
So yeah, they had finished and but that's kind of cool.
yeah. This one seems like it would be more accurate than most of the other theories because he was a very hands-on
Okay.
kind of guy. And his death from lung cancer was very sudden. He was diagnosed in November of 66 and he died December 15th, 66.
Holy cow.
So it had already spread, but it was...
Well, yeah, they didn't have all that technology they do now.
Exactly.
Like he could have been like sick for years and not really realize what was going on.
And he was a chain smoker, but he would never allow the photographers to photograph him while he was smoking, or let anybody into his office if he was smoking because
Don't you know that stink?
he
Ugh.
didn't want to give off
The wrong
bad
impression.
reputation,
The
bad ideas.
wrong impression.
So,
Mr. Disney smokes.
but this was a pivotal moment for the Disney company. Disney World was still under construction, and his older brother Roy had decided that he was going to retire and enjoy his life. But he put off his retirement to oversee the project to finish getting Disney World
Completed?
completed.
Nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I went blank.
So this happened after he died.
Right.
That the brother Roy stayed.
No, when he got sick, before he died.
Oh,
Roy was
okay.
going to retire at the end of 66.
Oh, okay, got you.
Walt announced, hey, I got cancer, blah, 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 yada, yada. Things aren't so good. So Roy said, I'll put off retirement.
Okay, I understand now.
So the theory goes that Walt made a series of short videos containing secret instructions concerning the future of the company. Interestingly enough, one video contained a list of films that should never be released in the home video market.
Okay. Kind of like them super secret sex tapes that people don't know that you want. Sorry.
She forgot this is a family show.
I was just thinking like they don't want nobody to see these, so they put them back in the vault or on whatever, and then nobody can really see them except for the original people. Okay, I keep getting this look. I truly am sorry, but that's not
Everything you think of needs to be said, woman. I mean, teach. Sorry, teach.
Oopsie. But that's just the first thing I thought of.
Right.
They didn't want nobody's... Well, then how would they corroborate what they're saying?
But, interestingly enough, like I said, this was 66. Home video market wasn't invented yet. There was no Blockbuster to go down and rent a movie. Nobody had VCRs.
Oh, this is true. You had to get one of them film reels thingies, like at the old school, you know? Always wanted to operate one of those.
His vision was so important for the company, he detailed every step his executives should take. We're going to check back in now with Snoops or Snopes.com, however you want to say it. That fact-checking website that we talked about earlier. By the time Walt passed, Roy had already taken over most of the day-to-day business operation. Walt was more of a creative advisor. Also, he had far less than controlling share in the company. So,
Walt did?
yeah.
So who actually had more of the shares?
Roy and Walt's wife. Roy had already, Walt's wife. Walt had already kind of just
Divvied it all up.
y'all take over.
Got it out of his name in case there was any like weird things that happened, and then be like, dude, I don't own that thing.
That is right.
Smart man. So they couldn't come back and say, Walt and I had an affair.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
Or Walt touched me.
Pervert. Okay, this is the last conspiracy theory. This one may be true.
Uh-oh.
More than likely not.
Okay.
Okay. Walt's head is in cryogenic storage. So
But he didn't believe in things like that in the future.
cryopreservation is a method of preserving a body by freezing it in a liquid nitrogen vapor chamber.
Okay.
Let's look on and see. Maybe he did.
Okay.
He didn't believe in science or men reproducing.
Well, this is what I'm saying. He probably realized that the good Lord made him a man, and the good Lord makes men and or women. But that's an opinion.
Yeah. This is the most popular conspiracy theory.
That his head is somewhere floating in this whatever fluid.
And we'll get to where the rumor is that it is in a minute.
Okay.
Fun fact.
Another fun fact?
We may have walked over it.
It's in like a basement in DisneyLand.
And there's two rumors again, like with the haunted mansion busts. There's two rumors. It's either just his head, or it's his whole body.
Okay.
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 So he left written instructions that it is to be thawed and reanimated when technology is available to do so.
Okay.
Call him the reanimator. Now here's where...
Wouldn't he still have cancer though?
It's frozen out.
Well, what if it defrosts? Does it work?
They'll take
like
it out
that?
before he totally thaws.
Okay.
I don't know. Now here's where it doesn't
Makes sense.
sound plausible.
Okay.
The story first appeared in the tabloid The National Spotlight, which later became the National
I was
Enquirer,
going to say, that's the Inquirer. Inquirer
In
minds
19
want to know BS information.
in 1967.
Okay.
Then later that year, it was also in the French magazine, and I'm sorry, I'm not French. I see Paris. I see Paris. I see Paris.
Okay.
I'm guessing. And also the National Tatler, which later became
I don't know.
The Sun.
Oh.
Another magazine
So
like the Inquirer.
3.
Well, 2 for sure tabloids. I don't know about the Paris one.
I'm going to say it's a tabloid.
Quite possibly.
They probably say that Walt Disney and the Batwoman had a baby together.
That's true. Now
Now it's a Disney bat.
here is where there is some possible truth to it.
Okay.
Walt died December of 1966.
Okay.
The first instance of cryogenically freezing a human was in January of 1967.
What a coincidence.
There is no evidence, though, that it is Walt.
Okay,
That
I
was
wonder if
frozen.
Walt and JFK are hanging out. 'Cause,
Eating peanut butter banana sandwiches with
with
Elvis.
probably. Bacon, don't forget that bacon. Different. Oh, sneeze. Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry y'all had to hear that.
We didn't hear nothing. You held it.
Now, in 1972, Walt's daughter, Diane, in an interview, busted this theory, saying that her dad was cremated and his ashes are at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, California.
Isn't that the famous cemetery, graveyard, whatever you want to call it?
I think so.
Mausoleum, maybe? Is that the mausoleum?
I
Other
don't
people crypt? Whatever. Anyway, sorry.
However,
Oh,
his funeral was private and only family members was allowed.
Well,
So
duh.
who knows whose ashes those are?
well, I'm going to lean on the side of the daughter and say that it was her daddy's.
Maybe Walt had him box up a box of sand and said, I don't want my family to know that I'm frozen. Y'all tell them this is my ashes.
Wouldn't sand be heavier than ashes?
I'm just saying. Okay, so maybe he went,
Like, dude, I thought you lost weight when you died.
had saved his cigarette ashes then.
Okay, well, okay. Yeah, I think these are like,
Now, what I was saying a while ago is that we may have walked over his body. The rumor is that his frozen body is buried 30 feet below Cinderella's castle.
30 feet below the castle.
Yes.
Okay. So is there any conspiracies or paranormal things happening at Disney and they say that Walt is walking around the castle?
Well, whenever we draw out paranormal, maybe I'll do that at some point in time. That's a good idea.
Okay, so recap.
There's
how many summaries? Conspiracies? 4?
Well, there's like
no, that you
there's like
talked about.
15, 20 of them. I did 6.
You did
I
6
did,
of them.
yeah, because some of the others that I did not do was like Cinderella's castle can be dismantled and moved.
How is that a conspiracy?
This is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So,
All right.
but one other thing about Walt being cryogenically frozen,
That is so weird. I think of that.
the movie Frozen
Yeah.
was developed to throw people off of this because so many people were Googling Walt Disney Frozen. They made this movie. They titled it Frozen. So now you go to Google, you type in Walt Disney Frozen, you get pictures of Elsa and Sven and
So that's a conspiracy that they did this to
throw
ward
the people off of the cryogenically frozen story.
Why is it even important if he's frozen?
People want to know these things.
To me, it would be like a frozen Frankenstein. Like, why? He wants out.
I know he wants out, but we're about to wrap it up here.
Emmett, Bob.
Pardon for the sound effects.
That's
Okay.
Emmett.
So, my bibliography for this week.
Okay.
There's a website called trustandwill.com.
Yes, I think I looked that. That's where I found that will at.
The article that I looked up, fact or fiction, was Walt Disney really frozen? There's also another website, Polygon, POLYGON.com. Article is 9 of the weirdest and most persistent Disney conspiracy theories. I didn't look all of them up. I just got the ones that was interesting to me. And then a YouTube channel, very cool video. The YouTube channel is called Offhand Disney, and he does a bunch of different stories about Disney. When pretty much it's like a travel blog, gives you ideas of when to go for the best weather and different things such as that.
Because of the Epcot Center or the
Invisible Dome.
The Invisible Dome. When you mentioned that, I thought of the Hunger Games because that's what they did and they programmed.
Okay, will you shake
Although,
that
do
up?
you know that there's a conspiracy that that's what this is? That our life is that?
Is
like there's a
is a Hunger
programmer.
Game?
There's programmers.
Well,
places.
dude, hear me now. Okay, a little thinner, please.
And here I was thinking, lottery ticket maybe, you know? Well, what if? Oh, yeah, you draw.
Yeah, you drew last week. I get to go this. Okay,
Okay.
next week. What have I been waiting to do?
Serial killer?
True crime.
Yes!
All right, so we will have a true crime story for you next week.
Sweet!
But as for now, that is your...
Don't I get to give you a grade?
So,
Yes, no?
so teach, what did I make this week?
Creepy. I would have to, because you did a lot of research, and although I was confused on what conspiracy theory you were even going for, I'd have to give you an A on that.
Thank you. Also, going back to last week episode, when we was talking about the cryptid, the squonk.
Squonk, whatever. It's okay, right? Squonk.
Got to say a big thank you to my baby sister Nicole out there in North Carolina.
Thank you, Nicole.
She sent us an article, and I'm not going to sit here and read the article, but it's very cool, very interesting, and it's on npr.org, where they are going to have a large Loch Ness monster hunt. So it's very cool if you want to go and read that.
Okay, that's Minnesota Public Radio?
NPR.
Oh, in.
National Public Radio.
Oh, well, that makes way more sense. I was like, what does Minnesota have to do with it? Minnesota. So they're gonna, like, a big, huge research thing is gonna be happening.
They're going to be hunting for Lucky. For Nessie.
For Nessie.
Took me back to my Napoleon Dynamite days.
How?
Because he did the book report on Nessie.
He did? Oh my gosh.
We're going to have to watch Napoleon Dynamite to refresh your memory, aren't we?
I guess so. Look at there. Ancient Scottish sea reptile. Not Nessie, but just as cute. That is not just as cute. There we go. Just in case. Cruise line insured against Loch Ness Monster. Okay, that's not it.
That's not it. Anyway, we're going to get out of here.
Right here. Monster hunters are conducting the largest search of Loch Ness in more than 50 years.
That's the article.
This
right
article
there.
was published on August 21st, 2023.
Oh, so just recently.
Yeah.
Last week. The day Sis sent it to me.
Yeah, so people can go check that out.
Absolutely. Again, thanks, Sis. Love you. Tell Robert hi.
Bye.
And we will see you next week.
Adios. Class is dismissed.